We're doing another player battle today, and this one's the battle of the rookie risers. Big time rises in ADP during preseason and training camp. Bill Croskey-Merritt versus Ollie Gordon. The showdown is live today. We're going to go over their advanced analytics, their prospect profiles, all the way back to high school up until now, their situations, to see whether or not you want them on your teams, who you like better. Let me know in the comments below which running back you like better. It could be 1 for 1, according to price, whatever goes through your head. Before we begin, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at these players every day. We're doing battle videos. We're doing versus videos. We're doing deep dives. We're doing multiple videos about the waiver wire, trying to go as deep as possible every single day. And then on top of that, we're looking at the matchups you'll see on Thursday to help you set your lineups. Click that button. Stop missing out. All this content is free. Jacory Croskey-Merritt, Ollie Gordon, big-time risers during preseason and training camp. Croskey-Merritt's rise started OTAs. That's when the buzz really started happening. OTAs, minicamp, rookie camp. Ollie Gordon, too. Dolphins were a little bit more quieter. On top of that, other circumstances for both players, but there's also some stuff to look out here. So you're going to have to stay tuned because we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Nobody was recruiting old Bill here. 0 offers. We started off out of Alabama State. Ollie Gordon, on the other hand, 4-star in the composite, 3-star in the rankings, 41st running back overall. The composite had him at 19, 18 offers. Bunch of schools looking at him. And you're looking at Bill Croskey-Merritt's production here. And at Alabama State, that final year in 2022, 483 yards, 4 touchdowns. On top of that, catching 12 balls, 144 yards. We go to New Mexico, we blow up. We blow it up almost 1,200 yards, 17 touchdowns. From 2019 to 2024, only 4 fumbles mixed in there. So we're not coughing up the ball. That's one thing to note. We're not coughing up the ball. Only 2 at New Mexico with 188 rushing attempts, and that's stepping up a level. We only had 13 attempts at Arizona. Remember, we weren't eligible due to other circumstances. 3.92 yards after contact per attempt in 2024 with Arizona, 3.98 with New Mexico, 3.15 with Alabama State in that last season there, 2.54, 3.24 on his career. Yards after the catch per reception, averaging 9.9 on his career, considering we have 34 balls caught. That's something to look at since 2019. Ollie Gordon, different story. We go to Oklahoma State. We got a ramp-up season. Then sophomore year, 2023. 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns. One of the best running backs in college football. We won to Doak Walker. When College Football 25 comes out the next year, he's one of those players that everybody was looking to play with. That type of prospect. That next year, we get a DUI charge. Then we rush for 880 yards, 13 touchdowns, all that baked in. With it being a very stacked rookie running back class, he falls in the draft after having a decorated collegiate career. On top of that, you look at the yards after contact per attempt. His best season, 3.71. That last year, 3.25, 3.47 on his career. Looking solid there in the Big 12. Yards after the catch per reception. Not really a receiving back. You look at his size and you're like, I'm going to hammer this dude up the gut. 8.9 yards after the catch per reception on his career. Bill Merritt can take over. He's got a small sample size, but 233 yards against Utah State, 209 against Fresno State, 106 against New Mexico, 103 against Wyoming. But you get over here to Ollie Gordon, a little bit more decorated, some bigger schools in here like Oklahoma, West Virginia, Iowa State, TCU, TAMU, BYU. Some big-time schools. He had some big moments against. Almost 300 yards against West Virginia there in 2023 during that big season he had. He is a running back that can take over and take a lot of touches. 29 rushing attempts in the game. Another 29er. A 34. A 25. A 33. A 28 in there. A 27. He can handle a lot of work. You're looking at the metrics here. Jacory Croskey-Merritt, 4.52 40-yard dash, good burst score in the 95th percentile, 5.10 206. Good requisite size. Ollie Gordon is a truck. 6'1", 226. Some people are wondering why he's not compared to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was pushing 250 pounds. 247 listed on Player Profiler versus 226. However, there were notes that he was around the 230-ish range, up and down through there during his college career. On top of that 4.61 40-yard dash, Henry's a little bit faster at that size. That's why, but still a monster, still good size, can take a lot of touches, can handle a lot of workload. BMI is about the same, 29.6 versus 29.8. Croskey-Merritt's 24, Gordon's 21. You're looking at their situations here. Chris Rodriguez is not listed on Player Profiler's depth chart. However, he's still there. We're still going to talk about him. But you got Eckler, Rodriguez, McNichols. McNichols proved that he can be productive in this offense last year. So that's one thing you can look at. Like, they can put in random running backs and get some production out. Or you can say, hey, Jacory Croskey-Merritt can be very productive here because if McNichols can do it, he could do it. Devin Achen's there. He's going to be the star of the show here. Ollie Gordon will need him to go down for him to be the star of the show. But this team has proven that they can provide two fantasy-worthy running backs in the system. When it was Achen and Mostert 2 years ago, Jalen Wright. We're going to talk about him. Austin Eckler, Devin Achen. Those are the veteran running backs in his backfield. They're in different spectrums of their career. Achen's just 23 years old right now. Multiple RB1 weeks last year. He is an RB1. He's a top-flight running back. He's also 5'9", 188. So that pairs good with a running back pushing 230 pounds that can slam it up the gut. Those two running backs would be a perfect pair. You got Ollie Gordon getting the gritty work up the gut, some of the red zone work, those tough touches with the loaded boxes. Austin Eckler, no one said this, but what if he just gets more work? What if he just gets more opportunity? Brian Robinson's gone. What if he gets more touches? He's got 2 RB1 weeks last year, multiple double-digit games. So he's scoring okay in fantasy, 11 points per game last year with some low-end weeks. Like, he's not tailing off so significantly right now. When you're looking at PPR scoring, like, he should just instantly just go away even. Like, you're looking at that. That's a question. So both these veteran running backs could be siphoning. Well, HN definitely will be siphoning a good bit of work. Chris Rodriguez enters the chat here for Bill Croskey-Merritt. He is a very reliable running back. We saw that at Kentucky. He had an issue at Kentucky that caused him to get suspended. However, this is a running back that killed it in SEC with good vision. He's dependable. Like, they could be using him more than advertised. That's something to pay attention to Bill Croskey-Merritt. But there's also things about Bill Croskey-Merritt that we still like about him. Jalen Wright, he sucks. He sucks. He needs to get it together. He was not looking good in preseason. He's banged up right now. Vision's not there. Athleticism definitely is. He's like a mix of Ollie Gordon and Devin Achen. Like, if they had a baby, it would be Jalen Wright. Like, he's just smack dab in the middle of those two. Like, you got Achen with the speed. You got Ollie Gordon with the size. So you kind of mix them up a little bit. You even get less size. You got similar speed. Boom, you got them together. The vision is an issue. Ironically, and this is just comparable to the metrics, the production from college, size-adjusted athleticism. He's more athletic. Miles Sanders, he just likes to stretch it a little bit too much. He gets a little bit antsy. But he's a shotgun running back. And they might like him due to that. They might like him. We're watching the tape. We're seeing all this. We're seeing him banged up. They might like him more than we expect. Coaches do coach things. And they like their situations. Sometimes they make bad decisions. Sometimes they're smartest guy at the bar and they make better decisions than what we could have ever imagined. That's just part of life. And that's just, you got 32 plus coaches when you're counting coordinators and everything. Some of them are going to make mistakes, and some of them are smarter than what we could ever imagine. And Jalen Wright's one of these running backs where he could be moneyballed in certain situations, and the Dolphins could surprise us with them. But Ollie Gordon's been getting it. And he didn't do anything last year. 249 yards. Wright did. You're looking at Devin Achen. He's the man in the offense. 17 games last year. He's been banged up before. He was banged up this offseason with a calf injury. Brian Robinson Jr. is gone. That's 187 rush attempts out of here. 77 rush attempts last year for Eckler in 12 games. You also got to look at his viability, whether or not he can play a full season. Chris Rodriguez, 4.9 yards per carry. Led the team in yards per carry last year on 35 touches. Jeremy McNichols, 4.7. There's also a chance that this could be a full-blown committee. And it could be with the Dolphins, but starting off, Jalen Wright's banged up. He's doubtful for the week already. So Achane, Gordon, you're going to see them both out there. Now, sounding down on Bill Croskey-Merritt, he's also been looking very good. It also looks like he has a chance to be the lead guy, but also you want to exercise caution when you're looking at this backfield. You're looking at the pace of play, rushing attempts per game. Washington edges them, though. 32 rushing plays per game versus 27. They were banged up a little bit last year. Miami was. Tua was hurt. Waddle was hurt. Tyreek had that wrist. Running backs in and out. That's something to look at. We had a Jalen Wright waiver wire week last year. Same thing with the Commanders. They're also a faster-paced team. They're running 68 plays per game versus 66. On top of that, 26.4 seconds between plays. 27.9 between plays for Miami. Washington's run rate is at 47% versus Miami's 41%. So there's some differences in this offense. 61% of the time they're in no huddle. You're looking at the values here. Jacory Croskey-Merritt was a massive get 2 weeks ago in drafts. He was free. He was a 16-rounder. A lot of you guys picked him up off waivers. And as you see here, the ADP is round 8. Some home league drafts, FFPC, 5, 6, sometimes 4. The risk increases immensely. If you got him around that Ollie Gordon range even, that's fine. That's fine. But now you're in a range here. As some of these guys are starting to pop up in ADP even, like a Zach Charbonnet, Jalen Warren. You're looking at this and you're like, wow. The big question here, Jacory Croskey-Merritt versus Caleb Johnson after the news. On top of that, you're looking at these two backs. So you look at this battle, you can look at this two ways. Running back versus running back. Running back with the context of value with them. Because Ollie Gordon could be getting good work with Devin Achane to start off the season. You got them free. If you want them both, you can get them both still because there's a good ADP split there. You're going to have to pay up right now for Jacory Croskey-Merritt. There's some risk there. You can also lean towards veterans in this area. Also, the veterans are still thinning out. Like, people are taking veterans over them. That's what the ADP is saying. But not always. Not always. ADP is fake right now. Home league drafts, 4th round, 5th round, 6th round. People are pulling up on him as the buzz goes insane. If someone pulls up on him like that because they're reading all the thousands of articles and videos, then they're taking on a lot more risk. A lot more risk than here. But if you got him for free, it's great. It's great. There's a good chance and there's a probability that he takes over the backfield. Ollie Gordon, if Achane goes down, something happens with that calf, if that flares back up, he's the man in that backfield. He's a good running back. Like, when he was winning the Doak Walker, nobody was caring about Jacory Croskey-Merritt. Nobody was. If you said this 2 years ago, that Bill Kroskey, I'm just flipping around the names, was ahead of Ollie Gordon in ADP, people would be looking at you kind of crazy. You're looking at the ADPs, both of them big risers. Big-time risers. And I like Bill Croskey-Merritt. I've been on that train. But I recognize, like, when my train started to go off, May, June, July, August, and then it goes, psh, my win really was when that line started to go up. Same thing with Ollie Gordon, but it did not go to the spot that Jacory Croskey-Merritt did. So when you're looking at this, that risk is up there now. But I really did love him, and I still love him. I like him as a prospect and player for this team and how he climbed the depth chart and the situation now and how things are looking and how we're interpreting this. But the price has increased. Who you drafting? Right now, I like the price of Ollie Gordon. I like him as a player. A couple weeks ago, at cost, I liked the ascension of Bill Kroskey. I loved it. I loved it. So I'm looking at it two different ways. Cost-wise, I like Ollie Gordon. Situation-wise, I like them both, but there's also a chance that if I was catching them same price, which isn't real anymore, it was a few weeks ago, I would take that shot on Bill Kroskey being the guy to see what happens, even though it could be a mess. It could be a mess. Situation-wise, it looks like Ollie Gordon's going to be a little bit safer. Like, we know he's going to be getting work as the RB2. That could be productive. That could help you out. Upside-wise, barring any injury at this moment right now, say nobody gets hurt, and it's pure situation from now going forward, the upside's with Bill Kroskey. So, same price, both players, I will shoot for the upside. I will take the discount now of Ollie Gordon. Let me know what you're doing right now in the comments below. I had to give you different situations due to the price variance, but still, these are two very good running backs, and you could potentially get them both. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.